We are living in the era when technology appears in every part of our life. Some annoying tasks we had to do like farming, mining, being replaced by robot and AI one by one. Besides that, we wish that our daily life's quality can be improved. That's why we have the awareness of the smart home, the cutting-edge invention in IoT and robotics.
Before moving to the code's explanation, I would like to perform how I organize the code. That's why we're going to take a look at the flowchart first.
Before moving to the code, I would like to take a look at the flowchart. It's how it performs the way of organizing the code. First of all, as usual, we need to initialize a variable and include all the libraries and frameworks that we would like to use. Next one is in the setup, we need to configure input, output, and the serial rate. Also, in this case, because I am going to apply some knowledge about the web interface, therefore I need to register HTTP roles and map each URL into its handle function. Okay, since this is the application of the web interface, the loop will not be as usual like that we add all the functions that we're going to use. Instead of that, we're going to use something this is called server handle client. Like is this a thing that we check? Is there an incoming HTTP request? If it's a yes, and we check one more thing is does the request URL match the registered route? If it's also yes, we're gonna call all the function. Otherwise, if there is an incoming HTTP request but it does not match URL match the registered route, it will ignore the request and continue checking. And if there is any incoming HTTP request, it will continue checking the HTTP request to find one. Okay, moving to the loop, it divides into 5 main functions, including handle root, handle red light, yellow light, handle green light, and handle door. For the handle root is where I initialize the HTML variable to start the website, create the header of the website, the main body, the interface for each functional area, and then closing the HTML, and then it will send in the data to the browser. Next one, for the 3 elet, since 3 of them are the same, I'm gonna just talk about one. First of all is the if condition to check whether there's a value parameter in the HTTP request or not. Then assign the link from HTTP request into path variable. Then if else condition to check whether users are choosing which function. Then process let, like where it will analog write a lapping with the brightness value based on the request. And then after all, it will back to the a place after solving the HTTP request. Then it's sending the temporary request 303 to ensure that the previous request is finished and the system is ready for the next mission. Also the same for the handle door, almost like assign the link from HTTP request into path variable. Then if a condition to check whether users that would like to do which one would like to do. And the also right to change the angle of the server model into the satisfactory location and adding the HTTP address about what the location is. Finally, of course, sending the temporary request 303 to ensure that the previous request is finished and the system is ready for the next mission. Unless there is this thing, the program will be stuck, and it cannot continue. That's all. Thank you.
On the next stage of the video, we are going to look through the code, how the smart home is controlled. Basically, the idea is creating the web interface using the 2.4 kHz Wi-Fi from the Arduino to connect to that website and control the LED and the door illustrated as the servo motor.
Okay, now we're going to talk about the code. First of all, we need to initialize the variable like LED and the servo motor, also include the library we're going to use. In this case, for the web interface, we also use 2 new libraries, is Wi-Fi S3 PowerEdge and Web Server PowerEdge. Then we need to configure a web server running on the Arduino system using the port 80. Then for the setup, we need to initialize 3 as output and initialize serial communication, configure door open or close to the server motor. Also, we need some commands to connecting the Wi-Fi for the Arduino to be a node in the LAN network. First of all, we need to connecting the Arduino to the Wi-Fi router by creating a Wi-Fi list because I cannot find any gigahertz. I cannot find any 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, which is a thing that over there. So I need to use the Arduino to create its own Wi-Fi. Next one is register web roles for the activating the function when using the UAR, which is available for red light, yellow light, green light, and door. Also, the server start working based on the HTTP request. Moving, next one is the function for controlling the system through the HTTP web interface. First of all, we need to initialize HTML variable to start a website. Then we create the header of the website with a title, the main body, the main heading name, and then create some area like controlling LED area, turn on, turn off the tree LED, and also adjusting the left brightness area, and also the door control area. After all of these controlling functions, we closing the HTML and sending the data to the browsers. Next one is the function for controlling the LED through the web interface that will limit the boundary conditions of brightness values from 0 to 255 because it's the analog, right? Next one is the function for controlling the red LED. It's the same for the yellow and the green, so I'm just going to talk about this one. First of all, is the condition to check whether there's a value parameter in the HTTP request or not. And then we use the function for controlling the LED through the web interface, and then the server will send the 200 HTTP signal. If I understand correctly, it means the system is okay to receive the HTTP request to continue the system. Then we need to assign a link from HTTP request into path variable and the if condition to check which function we would like to do. After all, we need to back to the place after solving the request and the announcement that finished previous request and ready moving to the next one. The yellow and the green light are the same as the red light. Now we're gonna go to the door control. Also, we still need to assign the link from HTTP request into path variable at the tree list, and then the if-else condition for the source model to move into the satisfactory angle, like open is 19 degree and close is 0 degree. And also we need to add in HTTP headers and finally the temporary sending request for a loop. Different from any other Arduino coding, we will not include all the using function into the loop. We just wanna add the server handle client, which is solving all HTTP requests from the browser, and after we get the satisfactory request, every using function will be activated. Yeah, that's all.